Hello everyone, this is Nikhil and welcome back to our channel Nikhil's Learning World. And this is our episode number 1 on the Java series. In this video, we will cover the complete introduction on OOPS concept. Okay, that is Object-Oriented Programming System in Java. This is the one of the most important concept for the every developer must learn. So that's the reason I have planned to make the video on this OOPS concept. Okay, and this is very helpful for the beginners as well who just dive into the programming world and in Java as well. So this is very necessary, and this is the we can say the first step to learn the OOPS concept in Java programming. Okay, so this is a very interesting topic. I guess I would like to say, and it's a very basic programming, and it's a very fundamental thing. Okay, so what we will learn in this series or in this episode. So, what is OOPS concept in Java? Understanding class and objects, and there in OOPS there are four important pillars that are encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. So, basics of interface, constructor, and this keyword, and real world example for the better understanding. Okay, and I hope you will be like this video. And if you are not subscribed, please do subscribe the channel and click on the bell notification so you will get the upcoming session notification on your device. And absolutely, it's all free. Okay, so please do like and subscribe the channel, and it will be motivate me to make more content for you guys. Okay, so let's start with the basic things for the OOPS concept in Java. Okay, so OOPS stands for Object Oriented Programming System, and it's a programming approach based on objects and classes. Okay, and it helps us to write a clean, readable, and reusable, scalable code as well. Instead of writing everything in one place, we will divide the code into the smaller logical part. Okay, that is a very basic thing. Why OOPS is needed? Okay, and OOPS helps us to organize code better, reuse the code, improve security, and more. For you can say make applications scalable. Okay, so the basic building block, that is a class and object. So class is a blueprint and object is a real world instance. You got the point. For example, you can see class car, and car have color, its dimension, its model number, right? So in this example we can see string color and white drive system.out.println car is driving. So car is driving, this is will be the print statement in console, and the function name is drive. Okay, so in the main we can say public static void main, and the main is the main function, and program execution start from the main function. Okay, and here we can create an object to call that function. Okay, so car c equal to new car c dot color. Color is our string here, and equal to red, and c dot drive, and that car is driving, this will be statement will be print in the console, right? Here class car is a class. Okay, and c here is an object, you can see. So this is a class and object in C program, Java program. Okay, or in OOPS concept. So there are four basic pillars of OOPS concept. First one is encapsulation. So its name suggests encapsulate what the data. So data will be binding, and its encapsulation means data binding. We keep variables private and access them using methods. Okay, so example you can see class bank account integer balance, it's and private, and here is an function set balance passing an amount in integer type, and balance equal to amount. Okay, so get balance, we can return here balance, whatever the balance set to the set balance in the parameter amount, and it will be in the balance variable. Okay, so this is an example of encapsulation. Here we can keep variable private and access them by using the method. Okay, this is an example of encapsulation. So next is inheritance. So inheritance allows one class to use a properties of another class. Okay, so inheritance is nothing but extension. Okay, so extension means what? We can access the elements of parent to the child elements. Okay, so here example you can see animal have sounds. So sound is a function is here, and system dot out println animal sound. Okay, so dog extend animal, so whatever the sound we can access into the dog class. Okay, so white, dark, bark, system dot out dot println dog barks. So in this example you can see by using creating an object of dog we can access the element of animal as well, because we are extending animals into the dog class. This is an example of inheritance. So inheritance basically it allows us to one class to use properties of another class. That is the concept. Okay. Third one is a polymorphism. So basically polymorphism means same method a different behavior. That is a method overloading and method overriding. There are two concepts to achieve this polymorphism. Okay. So you can see example of overloading. So what is overloading? Overloading nothing but the same function name but passing in different parameters. It may be a different types of parameter, or it may be a different number of arguments of parameters. Okay, you can see an example, math until integer add. We are passing add this function to two parameters as like integer a and integer b, and return the sum of two numbers, that is a plus b. Okay, but here is another example, another function like add, and here we can see passing number of parameters is 3. In previous example function we are seeing two members, passing members, right, passing parameters as like a and b, but here abc there are three parameters, and we are written here number of three parameters written, addition of three numbers. So whenever we are creating an object of math until and passing the parameter add with the two parameters, then this function will be called. And if you are passing of a parameter of number 3, this function will be called. So this is overloading. Overloading means same function name but different arguments or number of parameters. That is overloading. Okay, next is method overriding. So method overriding is an example like class animal void sound system dot out dot println animal sound, and we are extending that animal into the dog. Okay, so class dog extend animal void sound. So what happen when we are creating an object of a dog class, then dog parks will be called, and if you are creating an object of an animal class, then sound of animal class will be called and it will print animal sound. Okay, so in this way we can achieve overriding and overloading in the polymorphism. Okay, this is an example, so hope you understand on that. And still if you are not getting any thing, you can comment me. Okay, and next is the abstraction. So abstraction is nothing but hide implementation and show only the functionality. Okay, you can see an example if you have a driving a vehicle. So in that way you just focus on your driving skill, right? You are not focusing on the how. Whenever we are riding the car, you are not thinking how the gearbox is working and how the fuel system is working, right? You just focus on your driving and focus on your road. Okay, that's far, and other things we will be hide. In the same way we can see an example abstract class. Abstract is in keyword. Whenever we declare an abstraction to achieve abstraction by using the abstract class. Okay, and by extending that vehicle in class bike extend vehicle and void start is an function. System.out.println bike starts. This will be print. Okay, so here whenever we are creating an object of a bike and we are calling start, just we are calling that abstract by using the abstract. So abstract, whenever we are declaring abstract class, we need to keyword use abstract, and abstract class have the abstract functions as well. Okay, they are not declare any declaration. We just define the name of that functions here, as you can see in this example. So next is interface. So interface defines rules of for classes. Okay, so interface, by using the interface is a keyword. Interface animal is a class, and interface animal void sound, and next class is cat implements animal. Okay, so here we can implement by using the implements animal. So whatever the function inside the animal as an interface, we can define into the cat class, because we are implementing animals class here. So in next topic is a constructor, and in Java there are primarily two constructor, that is a primary constructor and a secondary constructor. Primary constructor is a main constructor of your class and defined in the class header and can directly initialize the properties. So we can by using constructor we can pass the data directly when and creating in your abstract. Okay, so whenever we are creating any object, that time we can pass directly with the constructor. Okay, so next key point is as like there can be only one primary constructor, and it can includes init block for additional initialization. So next is a secondary constructor. So it's an optional additional constructor for different ways to create an object, and it's defined inside the class body with the constructor keyword. Okay, in Kotlin we can create a primary and secondary constructor. Okay, so usage in Android useful when you want to flexible object creation in different scenarios. The key point is you can have in multiple secondary constructor, and it helps when default and alternative initialization is needed. That's all about the constructor in. And if an interviewer asks what is inheritance in an Android with an example, so that time you can explain as like inheritance is an oops concept where one class and child or subclass inherits properties and subbehaviors of another class, that is a parent of superclass, and it helps to reuse code, reduce the duplication, and create hierarchical relationship. Okay, so that's about the inheritance and constructor. So next is this keyword. So in Java, refer to the current object. This is and refer to the current object. For example, you can see student. It's a very simple example you can understand here. Class student string name, and student is a function, and we are passing name here. And now the name is an our variable, and this name is functional function name. Okay, sorry, function parameter. So this is a we can say the block of code, and if you want to initialize this name with this name, that time we need to define this, and this is and refer to the current object, that is, and this is a keyword as well. Okay, so real life example you can under for your understanding, think of your a car. Okay, so car is a class object like Audi, BMW, Tata. Okay, this type of objects, and encapsulation engine details hiding, as in last example, uh, at the time of driving we can hiding the part of engine functionalities. Okay, or a fuel systems, how works, and gear system as well. So these part are encapsulation because these are the details hidden. Okay, and we are only focus on the required things like driving on the road, okay, to prevent the accident. Okay, so inheritance, it's an electric car extends from the car. Okay, so nowadays the electric cars overcome the previous cars like petrol and diesel cars. So but the electric car, all the inherited from the old cars like steering, tires, body shape, okay, and other things as well, apart from the engine, because in old cars, in the old cars, uh, use the petrol and diesel engines, but in electric car only the batteries is the main part for the electric cars, right? So just inheritance is like a electric car extend with the cars, old cars, like, okay. So polymorphism is it's a different drive modes, okay, like runtime polymorphism and compile time polymorphism, and in that way we seen that is a method overloading and method overriding with examples. Okay, abstraction is an start the button. Okay, for example, you don't see internal logic. Okay, you just need to start the button, but behind that, how electric will flow and how the mechanism to get the start things. Okay, we don't need of that, and this part internal logic will be hide. That is an abstraction. So there's just quick summary on this OPS concept. Let's quickly. So we see the class and object encapsulation, that is a data heading, inheritance, that is code reusability, and polymorphism, it's a multiple behavior, and abstraction is the head complexity. These are the core pillars of OOPS concept. I hope you understand now OOPS, what is OOPS, okay, and that four pillars of OOPS concept. So I hope and you understand on this concept. And if you found this video helpful, please do like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed at this channel, please do subscribe and share with your friends who want to learn this OOPS concept. Okay, so see you in the next session, and I hope uh, you will be